Well, hello there, sports fan. Welcome to this week's edition of Red Ray's Welding and Machining. I checking the fluids under a little truck right here, but try to do that about once a week. Make sure you don't end up with a leak or something. But anyway, I hope you'll enjoy this week's edition. We ended up making some brackets for Mr. Preston Pittman to hang some feeders off of, and fix some handrails for a buddy of mine whose mama needs a little help getting up and down and stuff, and fixed a PTO shaft for another buddy of mine. We done fixed it one time and couldn't get the right parts. He was in the middle of hay season, so we got what we had and fixed it, and he been it. But we got the right ones back in there this time. Had a little time to order them, so we'll get them there put in there. Look at that. Be careful, stay safe, go to church on Sunday. Red Ray Welding and Machining, top of the Golden Triangle. Be sure to check the description and the link in the description below, and we'll pin it in the comments to just click on there. Use code RED20, get a 20% discount on anything in there. Y'all look through their stuff now, because they got a lot of neat stuff in there. Would be good for Christmas stocking stuffers. Got those long sleeve hooded t-shirt kind of stuff, and just a lot of things in there that would be good for Christmas gifts and stuff. But anyway, y'all stay tuned, see what we get into this week.
All right, Rhea, I got another project for you.
All right, let's look at it and see what we come up with.
Well, let me tell you what I'm up to.
All right.
A redneck, being me, Preston, is trying to be cheap about doing stuff.
Okay.
You see what I tried right here, which is putting it on wood, and you know what happens. Yeah. It splits off. I did have a L right here. So I'd like to take this metal and basically build an L, or coming up like this, okay, with I can drill the hose through it so I can screw it into a tree, okay, and take this winch that I've already bought and paid for, all right, and put on the end out here, so that when I go to cranking it, it's far enough out that I don't hit my knuckles on the tree. All right. Which means it'll probably have to have a brace coming from here to here somewhere, because it'll be about 200 pounds. You think you can handle that?
Yeah, we ought to be able to take care of that. Well, all right, here we are. We got those things we're gonna make for Mr. Preston for his to winch up his deer feeders and stuff with. So what we're gonna do is just make a L bracket. It comes off, and you can bolt them up whichever way you want that to fit. But we got all of them cut. He had 2 pieces of bar. He wanted however many they'd make. So we got 8 of them. We're gonna get him here. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and lay out right here and drill the 2 holes. One go here and one go in there on 8 of them, and then the other 2 I'll drill him 2 holes down here and 2 holes up there that he can bolt it to the tree, or however, it's his trees. He can do it like he wants to. So, but I'd kind of like just put chain links on that sun gun and take a ratchet strap myself and wrap it around the tree and hook to it and ratchet it up there. But it ain't mine. That ain't what he paid me to do. He paid me to do it the way he wants it done, and that's what finna happen. So let's get set up and get these holes drilled. Wish I'd have thought about it. I'd showed y'all how to sharpen my drill bit. I had to sharpen that bit. Well, I did sharpen it so we could go ahead and get these holes drilled. Well, all right, well, I'm gonna get set up, drill the rest of these holes, and then we'll start trying to put them together. All right, this is the last set of holes. Let's see, I've done drilled 4, 8, let's see, that's 16, 32, and 16 is 32, 42, 48 holes with this one bit that I hand sharpen. There's a curl there that doesn't run all the way to the top there. So I'm gonna show you how to steel drill on this last set of holes. I've got 4 here that I'm drilling through. The way I've been stacking them up. I got this 5th one up here. I just laid it out and then I just drilled through that hole. So I don't have to lay them out every time. There you go. 4 holes in the bottom. Well, all right, there, sports fans, that's all we got to do is wash, rinse, and repeat. So we're going to do that 5 more times. We're going to get these things kind of ground up, buffed up, cleaned up a little bit, and we'll have this end knocked in the head. Well, all right, sports fans, we got it wrapped up. That's what they look like. Thing bolted down. He running some bolts right through here, through the tree, or end of the tree. Got it bolted down. He can crank them up. Of course, had to flip that. So there we go. So that ought to be done with that job right there. We'll let him know that they're ready to go, and he can go get started hanging feeders. Moving on to the next project.
Red, I just heard something hit the ground over here. What was that?
Yeah, I'm cutting a little material here. I gotta fix a shaft. Well, I gotta make a spindle for a fella on his disc.
So, what do you do, twist it off?
Well, he keeps hanging it on something and bending it, so we're gonna make him another one right here.
Are you trying to tell me this gentleman needs a pair of glasses so he can see the stumps?
Well, it probably wouldn't hurt. It done kept re-threading the end of it, keep pulling it off, so I figured a wheel running down through there like that, but
okay.
Y'all believe it or not, but there's a spindle in there. We just got to get everything that don't look like a spindle out of there.
There you go. Hey, Red.
Yes, sir.
You remember, well, about a week or so ago, but fishing kind of got in my way, and I know you already had them finished.
I've done been seeing that on Facebook, all them fishes you've been catching.
Okay, but have you got my project done?
Yes, sir. Let's walk out here and
look at it.
You said make them as long as the material lasts, so we got 8 of them.
Oh, cool.
And there they are. Got 4 holes there.
Oh, good God, you've already drilled holes. Awesome.
And your winches are bolted up right there. Be good to go.
That's a redneck version of how to crank a, supposed to be on a tripod feeder up into the tree to keep the coons off of it. Good job. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome. All right, we got a little project we're trying to get knocked out here. It's a buddy of mine, the one I rebuilt those clutch levers and all for, and rebushing and all that. Done some work for off and on. His brother, I welded the gussets and all on that hay trailer. Anyway, bless her heart, that mama done fell and done broke her hip. And, so we're gonna try to get them some handrails in there in the bathroom and stuff. So he's already found a couple of pipes and stuff. Is already bent, nannies and stuff was stainless. So what I'm gonna do, I got some stainless here. I'm just cutting these circles out to make flanges for the bottom. We get them cleaned up and get some holes drilled in there. See if we can get them welded on the bottom there, so he can get that thing bolted down to the floor. So let's see what we can do with this. That thing hanging. I hung that piece every time I went by. Finally thought I'd cut it off. Tell you what, see. Get that off too. Well, good morning, sports fans. Little frost on the pumpkin out there this morning. Anyway, went out to EMCC yesterday and did another hot tap demonstration over there for those guys. I didn't video that. Well, I didn't figure you want to see that 2 weeks in a row. But anyway, we got our parts here for my buddy. Like I said, his mama's has broken her hip and stuff. Needs some handrails. So anyway, we're back on our plates. I got them set up in the lathe here, and all I'm gonna do is turn them on, take this tiger paw, flapper disc, whatever folks call them, wherever you are, and go ahead and knock the top corner off of this and get everything deburred and get that where it'll kind of clean up a little bit. All right, here we go. When we weld these things on, they're flat. What's gonna happen to them when we weld that one side? Let me get out where that ain't a deal. Okay, when we weld this thing is flat, what's gonna happen to it when we weld around that one side? That thing's gonna cup up. So we know it's gonna cup up, and then you try to anchor it down and it's gonna be wobbly and all of that. So what I'm gonna do, come over here and set it up in my arbor press. I got me a little old thing that I'd made one time, and there's a piece of pipe. And see the cup in it now. Now when we weld that, that thing's gonna set flat. If we wouldn't, when we weld it the other way, it was gonna be wobbly because it was gonna draw up like that. So we'll go ahead and do it that way and weld it on there. And this phone here ain't stopped in a week. But that right there is gonna keep that thing flat for us. So, all right, so we'll get these others done, and then we'll be ready to let's get set up where we can get these things welded on. Well, alrighty, got that there picked up, got him satisfied with his handrails and all that looked pretty good. Now comes the fun part. I gotta clean all this stuff here up and see if I can get started on the next project. Well, all right, next project, we're gonna see if we can get that PTO shaft fixed. I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but can y'all see all them darn ladybugs? Them Japanese beetles. I know what they are. They look like ladybugs to me. Them things are, this time of the year, by the thousands. Them son guns will come around here at this back door of this shop. And I mean, this ain't nothing you can do with them. I have literally found them back there in the tractor shed. Be thousands of them things, and stink. So I may have to shut the door just to keep them booger bears on the outside, but let me do that and then we get back on this. All right, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna just cut this off. Probably part of that weld too, but we just get this cut off, get the weld ground off of it, and then we can knock this little stub piece out. We're gonna do that on both ends of this thing, and then we'll see what we got to do from there. There you go. We'll do the same thing on the other end now. All right, we got both our ends cut off there now. I'll take them and we'll set them up and grind all that weld off of there and get to where we can get them pieces in and out. And rest of it, go to scrap. I mean, just look at them songs going. They are absolutely everywhere today. And them things will get in your mouth, they get all over, and they stink. I don't know, anybody got any ideas on how to catch them things or whatever? I mean, and this ain't as bad as it have been. But look all over the side of the shop. And I guarantee you the back of the shop is worse. I was back there one day moving some stuff around with the tractor, and I absolutely had to stop and get off the tractor because I couldn't, them things just lighting all over me. So, y'all got any ideas, any suggestions on how to catch them or spray them or something just to keep them away? Let me know. All right, we're gonna try to get this here kind of cleaned up and cleaned out a little bit. Get some of the burrs out of it. Okay. I believe that's pretty good. Make sure to, then one more time, like I told you before on these things, take you a tiger paw, flapper disc, whatever you choose to call it. Just go over that thing, kind of buff it down some, because it's hard to get them things down in there. Alrighty, she full on there. We'll drill it out. We'll drill a hole this side, and then we'll flip it over and drill a hole on the other side, because you don't want to try to go from one side to the other. If you're off a little bit, it won't work. But these are already gonna be lined up, because this hole was drilled straight through before. So alrighty, we're gonna do this one, gonna do the other one the same way, and then we'll take it, get the roll pins, drive them in when we give them to the fella. Alrighty, folks, that'll wrap that there up. We'll slide them together. That job there be finished. Well, all right there, sports fans. I hope y'all enjoyed this week's edition. Like I said, we had a lot of little odd and end things going on. Got a nut in here, you know, farmers trying to get everything fixed from what got tore up during this harvesting season. So we're trying to get some of that going for them. Y'all remember to hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget to check that link out below to get you some stocking stuffers and some Christmas gifts. They got hoodies in there too now, so make sure you go in there and look at them if you're looking for something that's a little warm. Had one of our subscribers in there said that they just got their hoodie in, said it was extremely high quality, well-made hoodie and looked good too. So be sure and check them out. So yeah, well, anyway, y'all be careful, stay safe, go to church on Sunday. See you next time.